What's up, guys? This episode on the podcast, I'm going to be talking with Lane Edwards and Raymon Sellers, both clients at SCI Fit. Lane not anymore, but was previously, and Raymon is right now. But they both work out at American River College and know each other and are also taking classes there and kind of have gotten to know each other there. So we met up and the three of us had a conversation together, and that was kind of fun. And very different stories of how they got injured. So it'll be a fun one to listen to, and I hope you like it. All right. What you know about? If they're using a chair, they won't be looking for steps. They'll be looking for a ramp.
And the ground is also going to be higher too.
Yeah. Oh, they're bringing it up some?
Yeah, in this section here, when it rains, it turns into like a freaking pond.
That's true, because that's funny. When I pulled up, like, I wasn't thinking about no steps. I'm like, oh, where's the ramp at? And then I seen it in front.
So that's all new.
That's your second ramp, right? Because
yeah.
You had a different one the first couple times I've been here.
Yeah. We just poured all that concrete.
Yeah.
That's nice coming.
You should probably put a rail up there, though.
Trying my best not to.
Why?
I just don't like. I like the look of the openness. Like, I don't think I'm going to put a rail on this one.
Yeah.
No, it's not like it's a second or third floor.
You fall off, you fall off.
Yeah.
I'll have a friend in a chair, perfect.
Yeah.
Something to kick it with would be great.
Yeah. Oh, shoot. Might as well start it.
Yeah.
I know I started recording anyway, but...
So how we going to do this?
Look, we'll just start off. We'll have both of you talk about... We'll go Lane first. Just talk about how you got injured, or tell the story real quick, or as long as you want.
Yeah.
And then we'll just go from there.
Give us a good intro, man. Give us a good intro.
What? This is your intro.
Oh, yes.
You get the good intro. This is your podcast.
They do the intros after the fact, right?
This is your podcast.
Like Joe Rogan.
I'm just talking. I'm just here. This is you intro.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. So we'll just talk. However you want to talk about your injury and how it happened.
Yeah,
You got to introduce us, though, into the podcast.
Bro, I'm literally recording right now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I know how I've done a few of these. So,
All right.
So
we'll start off. We'll just say, just how it happened, and go from there.
Yeah, for sure. So kind of a long story here. When I was 32, I decided to kind of quit my job just because I was doing that cubicle life, sales job, working my 10 or 11 hour days, kind of slaving for the man kind of thing, and was just kind of over it. So I decided to quit that job and go travel to Southeast Asia for 4 months, kind of do that midlife crisis type thing. And at that time, everyone in my life was getting married and having kids and growing up, so I figured kind of my last hoorah, a life-changing experience, if you will. Little did I know, what would actually happen. But, so I got on a plane in January in 2014 and flew to Southeast Asia. Was traveling around, went into, Thailand, and Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, and did all that for 3 months, having a time of my life. Just there by myself on the backpack. Probably the most independent I've ever been. And then, like I said, 3 months into it, we were out snorkeling one day and back in Thailand. We've been diving off the boat, just not even thinking about it all day long. Like, no worries at all. Just having a great time. I happened to have a friend out there with me at the time. We were coming back in, as a lot of these stories are, that one last time on the ski mountain, or that one last time on surfing, whatever it is. That one last snorkeling thing for us to check out the phytoplankton in the water. So it was dusk and wasn't thinking anything of it. I just dove off the boat. Next thing I know, I'm face down, unable to move in the water, obviously, and instantly knew what happened. I was conscious the whole time. Fortunately, I didn't have enough time to kind of panic about the drowning part. I was pulled out very, very quickly and kind of whisked away to my new life.
So they knew what happened, and then it sounds like too.
I'm assuming they probably thought I just was unconscious at the time when they saw me in the water.
Yeah.
As soon as I came out, they probably instantly knew that I probably told them I couldn't move, but yeah, it was very clear. Fortunately, there was probably 10 of us on this little long-tail makeshift boat thing, and one of the other vacationers, travelers, happened to be a doctor in England. So he kind of took over the situation. The two dudes running the boat are like just two local. There's not all the rules and regulations in Thailand, let's put it that way. So they were of no help. I mean, it's not really their fault at all, but yeah. So the doctor kind of took over control and made sure I was stabilized. They put life jackets around like my neck and all that, and
just kind of hold it.
Yeah.
And
He knew something was up.
How long did it take to get you back to land? And
that I don't recall. It was under a half hour. I know that. We were close to a shore when it happened, but it wasn't the right shore to be next to. So we had to jet over to whatever we went to, and from there I think I was on like some sort of surfboard was what they made my makeshift stretcher was. They threw me in the back of a pickup truck and took me to like the local urgent care kind of thing on the island.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And then, did they have the same type of care there, or like what type of care did you get when you were?
Definitely not in the urgent care place. That part's a little fuzzy still. I think that's probably because of the stress of the situation and not knowing what the hell was going on. But yeah, it was not the best care, but don't think it was their fault, if that makes sense.
It was the best care that they could provide.
Yeah. And my whole mission there was just trying to figure out how they were going to get me to a major hospital. That was it.
How long did it take to get you to a major hospital?
I think it was about 36 hours before I made it to a hospital back in Bangkok.
Did you have any surgeries or anything then, or?
No. So once I was in Bangkok, the healthcare was awesome. That's when I got my MRI. That's when I got finally diagnosed officially. Doctors there. The doctors themselves spoke perfect English. The nurses were kind of here and there, but yeah, the care was great. Language barrier a little bit, but not too much. The decision was made. One of my cousins was somehow connected. I still don't really know the story to this day. With some neurosurgeon at UCF or USF, I should say. And they were sharing the MRI images with him and kind of going back and forth with the doctors. And given the nature of the break, it was determined there was no urgent need to get surgery. At least not in Bangkok. So the goal then turned into how do we get Lane stable enough in Bangkok to get him on a plane to fly to San Francisco and get better care. Everyone in Bangkok, all the doctors and nurses were saying, "You're so lucky you're from America. You know, all the care, blah 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 blah." Like, so. The goal was to get me back home.
How did you fly home then?
Oh God. So fortunately enough, probably one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life was buying traveler's insurance before I left. Ironically, not doing it in case I got injured. I was convinced by a friend that traveler's insurance was important because they'll cover, like, if you get your iPad stolen or if you miss a flight, blah, 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 they'll kind of cover those things. It was $600 for 4 months. I was like, seems like a no-brainer. Ended up being the best investment of my life. So travel insurance through mainly my brother. So my mom and my brother flew out. I think my mom was there within 24 hours of me being in the hospital, if that. My brother was out the next day. So my mom was kind of there being mom and kind of just making sure I was taken care of and being nurtured. And then my brother kind of took over the business end of things.
Okay.
And between my brother and the travel insurance, they finally narrowed it down to one airline that would be willing to take me, had the skills to take me, and it was in the right time frame. And that was Cathay Pacific, which I believe is an Australian airline. So what they do is I got 2 travel nurses to come out from America. They traveled home with me, and my mom was also on the flight. My mom had to pay for her ticket, but travel insurance took care of my ticket, took care of the nurses. Travel insurance got me from Bangkok to San Francisco and didn't cost me a dime.
Other than
this initial $600, yeah.
Which it would be more.
I think they said my flight was like $18,000 or something stupid like that, and they paid for all my medical bills in Bangkok.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
Then definitely the best.
Yeah.
How did they secure you on the flight?
No, jeez. So I was on a stretcher, and what they do is it's one of those, I forget the actual type of plane, but it was like 3 seats against the window, like the 5 in the middle, and then 2 on one next to the other window. So the ones with the 2 rows, they knocked down 6 seats. I might have those numbers wrong. So they essentially fold the seats down a little bit, and they kind of put my stretcher and me kind of up on top of it. So my face was probably a foot, maybe not even that far, away from like where you put your luggage. And they strapped me down to that. I had an option to like run a curtain around me if I wanted to, but yeah, it's one of those situations. I was near the back of the plane, so people were walking by me to use the restroom and all that. It wasn't private by any means.
Did you get claustrophobic at all, being that close? And
not claustrophobic in that sense. Claustrophobic from just the situation.
I've heard that from a few people. Like, because now when you're all of a sudden not able to move, like you get claustrophobic in your body essentially.
Well, and I've also been on my back now for
however many hours, days,
2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks plus. The thing I remember the most was the back of my head hurting.
Oh, okay. I know.
Just because I'd been on the back of my head for 2 weeks straight.
Did you get any sores or anything from being on your back, especially when you were, or no?
No. And to this day, I never had really any issues with pressure sores or any kind of sores. I mean, I might have. I shouldn't say that. Not that I remember.
Not major enough, at least. Then.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I want to switch and just talk to Ray, and then we'll come back and go back and forth. I want to get Ray's story out too, so we can talk about that, and then we'll keep on. So, Ray.
Yeah.
Just speak up a little bit, because I know you're a quiet speaker.
Man, my story, it's not as cool as Lane's.
It's very different than Lane's. I know
very
that.
different than Lane's, man. So 2016, me and Bud was coming from having lunch, and I was dropping them off at the house, this in the Bay Area, and the car just pulled up on the side of my car and shot it up. Yeah, like 15 times.
Just pulled up out of nowhere. Were you driving around?
Yeah,
were you sitting somewhere and like posted and they knew? So
we was coming from I don't know if you know what Mills is, but it's a sandwich spot. So we was getting a sandwich. We drive to his house. I'm dropping him off, but we probably sat there for probably like 5 minutes and knocked our sandwiches down. He got out, and I seen a car drive past, and then like 2 minutes later. Well, first, before the 2 minutes, I asked him, like, you know who that car was? Because it looked super suspicious. And he like, nah, he wasn't even paying attention. And then next thing you know, like 2 minutes later, the car comes speeding back around the block and just stopped on the side of my car and just started shooting it up. Yep, and then it felt like it lasted forever. I ain't gonna lie.
Shooting?
Yeah, but when it was over, I couldn't move, like, because I was trying to get out the car, and the top of my body was out of the car, the bottom of my body was in the car, but I was still conscious. I was still, like, responsive and everything. Was able to tell people to call my mom, and we had to call 911 probably like 5 times. Took them forever to get there, but yeah.
So how many times did you end up getting shot?
3.
Where at?
In the shoulder, the elbow, and the head.
In the head?
Yeah.
Where'd you get hit in the head?
Across the top of my head.
Did it go through or did it scrape?
It more grazed me than going in. Yeah.
I didn't think I hit in the head too.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I had like 15 staples or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So graze your head. You got in the shoulder and then the elbow?
And the elbow.
Which elbow?
The left elbow.
Left elbow. And then so the one through the shoulder is the one that got your spinal cord.
That hit my spinal cord, yeah.
Okay.
It enlarged in my I guess C5 sacral spine in that part of my spinal cord, and it's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you able to get MRIs? Probably no, right? Because you got the bullet in. So
yeah.
So how are they checking on you and everything when you're going to get imaging? It's just X-rays basically.
And CT scans.
CT.
Yeah.
Yeah. 5. Why'd you call 5 times? Do you know how long it took them to get there?
I don't, but everybody was telling me it took a long time. They said they had to call like 4 or 5 times. Cause this is in Oakland.
Oh, Ziggy.
Yeah. But this is in Oakland, so it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I don't know, yeah, but it took them a long time to get there.
And then once you were at the hospital, what hospital did they take you to?
Highland. Yeah.
Okay. And did you go into surgery, like emergency surgery, like right then, or
so
did they stay?
That part kind of blurry to me. Like when I get into the hospital, I remember coming in on a gurney. I remember them cutting my clothes off of me, and then that's it. All I remember then is like waking up in ICU with tubes down my throat and my nose and all of that, and not being able to talk and just can't move. And then I remember like the doctor coming in and doing the check on wiggle your toes, can you feel this, sticking you with the needle and all of that, and I'm not being able to feel nothing and can't move nothing. Like I got a little function in my arms now, but at first I couldn't move. Like it was like a weight,
just
like,
dead.
Yeah,
for a little bit.
Yeah.
So, and both of you actually for this one. So, could neither of you move when you first were in? Right? Could you move, Lane, when you were first in?
No, when I was first injured, which I think happens to most people, is regardless of your eventual outcome, is
that spinal
shock.
shock.
So much shock, exactly. Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah.
So I remember the first thing in Thailand, the first thing I could move was my right toe.
Big toe.
My right big toe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really recall much of my sensation coming back and how all that worked, as much as I do the movement. But yeah, my right big toe was the first thing that it could move. And I want to say it was maybe a week into this, something like that.
What about you?
Right. It was just my right arm, the strongest arm now.
Yeah.
That was the one I could move.
That's the first thing you moved?
Yeah.
How long did that take? Like when you?
That was like the next day.
Oh, the next day you started feeling it?
Like when the doctor came in and it was like pushing, raise your arm, say push down. This one was the one that was responsive.
And when did you get both on? Like, because now you can move both shoulders, both elbows. You have some hand issues, but you can.
So it came slowly but surely. Sitting in the hospital,
Ziggy.
I didn't have no wrist function, what you call it, the telekinesis, whatever it's called.
Tenodesis.
Tenodesis.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, so when you extend your wrist and it pulls those tendons and it closes your fingers like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I didn't have that.
We have a lot of people that use that to grab stuff. So nice flat hand, you flex your wrist up.
Yeah, well, good for them, Devin. No.
Hey,
so
it happens for you too.
I know. I can do anything with it.
Damn.
But I've seen you feed yourself. Like,
yeah.
You're good. you're capable of feeding yourself.
I am, correct.
Yeah, you just don't want to all the time, huh?
I'd do it if I can.
We've gone out to lunch. You good?
Yeah.
So then, now you both have good shoulders, good triceps. Ray, you just got a van. You were saying,
Yeah.
working on driving.
Yeah.
How's that? So what's next for you then?
Next is doing the evaluation, the behind the wheel hand control evaluation with the driving school and
What driving school are you going through?
All American driving school.
I'm gonna check that place out.
You heard of it too?
He told me about it. Yeah.
Is it specialized for just adaptive driving, or is it the school that has like an adaptive driving? Because I think Bond
Yeah, they do
driving school
everything.
they do everything, including
Yeah.
they have an adaptive like
Yeah, it
section.
sounds like it's affordable from what you were saying, right?
Yeah, it's cheaper than Bond and Cappuccino.
Really?
But I'm not sure if they do like all driving. I think it's kind of pretty much adaptive.
And so, what are the requirements then? Did they tell you how many hours you have to have behind the wheel and all that yet?
Yeah, so I think it depends on the person.
Really?
Yeah,
That seems weird that it would depend on the person.
I'm not sure though because
Is that a DMV thing or is that a driving school thing?
it might be a DMV thing. I'm not too sure yet.
It sounds weird that they would have like, hey, you are this level and you're this level, so you need to. I mean, you should have more
They
practice.
renewed
But
my license in my chair. I still to this day cannot figure it out.
They renewed them.
like you went,
Yeah,
you went to
my
the
license up for renewal.
What?
and you went to
That
the.
was probably 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Yeah.
They didn't renew mine because I just went to the DMV Thursday, and they made me take the written test over.
Dude, with how
I
many?
think I had to take the test.
I did. I passed the
Yeah.
test, but they can't give me my permit or renew them until I see driving safety.
That makes sense, but it makes sense. You have a whole new set of basically new set of
Condition.
motor skills you have to
Yeah,
learn. It
exactly.
totally makes sense.
Yeah.
But some people don't have to. Some people do. You
Yeah.
two have both have like C level injuries.
Yeah.
Both have limited use of hands and have shoulder function. So you have close to the same setup in your car.
Yeah.
But one of you got your license renewed. One of you didn't.
Yeah.
And there are other people at SCI Fit that have.
I
Some
was
people are like,
trying. I
yeah.
have no illusions of driving anytime
Yeah.
soon. So.
Sometimes the license gets suspended for it. Like,
Yeah.
and sometimes I'm like.
It depends on who you're working with.
Well,
who
it seems
you
like
come
there's no
encounter.
consistency. I
Yeah.
would think that after an injury, you should have to retake. You should have to retake more so the actual driving test than the written test.
Yeah.
Because you figuring out all the hand controls and that type of stuff would be like that. But
Don't think there's much consistency amongst those injured with pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Medical, government, bureaucracy, benefits. Nothing seems to be really universal.
Yeah.
I think it's because there's so many variations
It all
of.
depends, I think, on how big of an advocate you are for yourself and the person on the other end of the line you're dealing with.
Yeah.
But I got a question. I got a question for you. Like
What's that?
your mindset after being injured. Like
Oh, after being injured?
yeah.
Shit. Time frame.
Time frame.
Like first week, first month, first year.
First year. Like
Yeah, I was pretty down. I was definitely down. I'm fortunate enough to have a pretty, well, especially at that time, pretty good social network.
yeah.
I'm from Sacramento, so I came back to Sacramento. Friends, family. So I was surrounded by people, but I was super depressed.
Yeah.
You know, going to SCI Fit was the highlight of my week. Just getting there and being able to talk
Same.
to the trainers or just be around other people that understood and got it. But even then, you're going in there, and typically, in my case, you're still usually the worst one off. And I'm looking back now, I realize that's not the case. But at that time, oh, he can do this or she can do that, or
Yeah.
oh, she can use her arms. What does she have to be complaining about?
Yeah.
Things
What's
like
her
that.
What's her level?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, exactly. Always asking the trainer, who's that new person? What's their level? And then you start being able to figure, I bet they're, like when I first met you,
Yeah.
or again at AR,
Yeah.
told Brian, I bet you he's a C5, probably C5, C6.
Yeah.
Start figure it out totally.
That's funny.
Yeah. No, that first year and a half, really. Also, the living situation I was in, I'm not blaming
Yeah.
it fully on that by any means.
Yeah.
that was not conducive to my emotional state by any means.
Yeah.
So I played a lot in it. So
Anxiety.
stress, walking on eggshells.
Yeah.
I mean, your whole life. I mean,
Yeah.
all your hopes, dreams, and at least initially, you think it's all over with and done.
Yeah.
You know, and
So
at a minimum, it's going to change drastically.
what turned the corner then and started getting you out? Because you're a happy guy. Like, you're fun to hang around. You're fun to be around. You're not like a downer, that type of thing.
Very active.
Yeah, I
which is
don't
good.
know. Well, even in the beginning, I'm going to use the word a lot, and I don't mean to brag. I'm pretty fortunate, given my circumstances, to have had the people and the resources to do some of the things I was able to do. So, and I know that's not the case for you, Ray.
Yeah.
So I was, hitting every therapy I could. I was doing acupuncture. I was doing massages. I was at SCI Fit, water therapy. I was gone all the time. I had a van. I had people to drive me around. So a lot of my time was spent in therapy, just throwing whatever I could at this thing to obviously get back as much as I could. So I didn't have a lot of time when I was out in public and I was in front of people to really think about being depressed. And then when I got home, that's when it would really hit. Because even before, I was never somebody that really enjoyed being at home.
Yeah.
I'd always be out doing something. So yeah, just being stuck at home, And then again, given that living situation, just it was not fun to be at home. So that's when it would really hit me. So that's why I didn't really show. But there's a few times I cried at SCI Fit in the beginning. And
I think that's natural.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
because you were there right at the beginning. I remember when you came in. So
yeah, should have been my neck collar.
Yeah, so there's still brand new stuff that's happening constantly, and realizations, and just people get emotional at different times without injury.
At any point in this, are we going to get to where you drop me on my head?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, but anyway, that first year. How about for you? What was your first year like?
My first year was
Yeah,
crazy.
you're 3 years into this?
It'll be 4 years in February. So my first year, so I was in the hospital for about 30 days. I think about 20 days. I got injured on the 9th of February. I left the hospital on the 25th of February, and I came to Sacramento because my mom was staying here.
Look, what was that timeline again? How long were you in the hospital?
From the 9th of February to the 25th.
You were there for 16 days?
Yeah.
Oh, in the hospital.
In the hospital.
And then you went to therapy?
And then I went to SAC post-acute.
I was like, Jesus.
Yeah,
I was there
not
for
very
30
long.
days
Right, okay, that makes more sense. Yeah.
in SAC post-acute. But I was like, I wasn't doing like no therapy. I was doing like, I had a collar on. My neck was killing me. It was like, I had lost a bunch of weight. I wasn't doing no therapy. Like,
where's SAC post?
Yeah.
I don't even know where it's at. I just know it's in
It's obviously
SAC.
in SAC, right?
Yeah.
Have you...
What hospital was
So,
it?
yeah, have you had any clients there?
SAC Post? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a hospital. It's just like a post-acute. It's off of Madison. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where, but I know it's off of Madison, though.
The hospitals out there, like, I know Mercy, San Juan's out
Did you have
It's not a
insurance at the
hospital,
there. I
time?
know, that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah. So, like I said, I this happened in Oakland. So we was looking for places for me to come to back out this way. Everywhere didn't have no space but this place. So they sent me there. It's like a little hole in the wall, like
How often were you doing therapy when you were there?
Yeah.
Like,
I was doing it mostly every day.
and it was like an hour of physical therapy, hour of PT, hour of speech therapy, all that type of stuff every day?
For like 30 minutes of physical therapy, 30 minutes of PT, of OT.
You did speech because you couldn't talk, right? Were you working
No,
on
I had to do speech because when they took the tube out of my throat, like gave you graham crackers and stuff, I was able to talk to them.
Oh, you were able to go again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just had to take it slow because your throat be sore or whatever.
You had a hole in it.
Yeah. No, I didn't have a trach. I had it like,
You're intubated?
yeah,
Feeding
intubated.
tube or
Yeah.
breathing tube, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how was your mindset though? Was
Oh yeah, my mindset was crazy. Like I was real aggressive. I mean, like I ain't gonna lie. Like before the situation, like I was aggressive. Like I'm real ambitious. So I'm like to the point and handle business. But when this happened, it was like I feel like didn't nobody understand. You know what I'm saying? Like what I was going through.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So I might be saying something you can't understand it. That'll make me mad.
Or you get like I remember when I broke my leg and I was in my bed for 4 days.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or I was in a wheelchair. Or can you walk again?
Yeah.
Or the judgment of me being shot.
I have a friend that
everyone wants to tell you the story of the exception that they've heard of on the news or through a friend or whatever.
Oh yeah, then it's always you get all these like what I always love is you gotta stay positive,
Which is true.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone would send you all these like positive articles, all these people that recovered in full function.
Yeah.
Which is great for those people, and you gotta stay positive. I get that.
Yeah.
But then you go into like the real, where you go into an SCI fit or these places, and you see people that have been at it for 5 or 6 years, and not much has changed. So, but if you bring that up, it's like you're being negative.
So you gotta take it for what it's worth. Like that's why I say when I was being aggressive towards family and everything. Like I didn't want to I ended up going home and I left and went back to the hospital for a UTI. But then when they get ready to discharge you, they're like, oh, so what's the address you're going to? Obviously, I need a transport. I'm like, oh, I ain't got nowhere to go. I need a home to go to. Because, I couldn't feel, like...
Mm-hmm. So where'd you go?
I ended up going to a sister-in-law house.
Okay.
That didn't work out. That little situation was reckless. And then...
so where were they going to put you before?
I stayed in the hospital for 8 months.
I was trying to tell you that.
Yeah, little. Which hospital was that?
That's Mercy San Juan.
Yeah, okay. They'll keep... if you have nowhere to go, they can't just...
They can't kick you out.
Yeah.
Wait.
I've heard stories of people being in the hospital for years.
So you have to do, they check on you every night and all that for 8 months?
For 8 months. Hospital situation.
They check on you, every 3 hours and all that?
Turn you every hour, 2 hours.
Yeah. I've heard stories of people in, 2-3 years being in units because there's nowhere for them to go. They can't go. They can't just send you out to nowhere.
See, I feel like my initial story is way better than yours on how I got injured.
Yeah.
But your after story is going to be way better than my after.
Man, I advise, that's why, going through that, it helped me. I advise anybody that get injured is to immediately get to it. Get to therapy, whatever you could do. Don't just sit in it, you know what I'm saying? Because that was sitting in it. 8 months in the hospital. Right. I had somewhere to go. My mom, where I'm at now, I had there to go. But I didn't because, it just wasn't working out for me emotionally. You know what I'm saying?
That's a massive part of...
That's probably the biggest part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not in a good space to heal... There's a lot of, because there's a lot of, like you said, the biggest part is a lot of mental stuff that needs to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you're there working with
probably 75%, if not, at least for me.
Yeah. And now you both have good positive outlooks and both doing. So you guys go to both to the same places. Now you both have come to SCI Fit. You both work out at AR, right? So you're both taking classes.
Yep.
What classes are you met? You have the adaptive PE.
Yeah.
And then what else are you in? Lane.
So I got, right now I have 3 other academic classes with no real, I think I want to do a psych major. It's kind of what the end goal is right now, so.
End goal is psych major?
A master's in psych, eventually at some point in Sac State, yeah.
Ultimately leading into...
a master's will be my ultimate goal no matter what.
But let me rephrase that. Professionally then.
Oh, after the...
Yeah, you just want to get a master's
after the piece of paper and then what?
Yeah.
I don't have an answer to that. I'm not completely sold on the psychology thing. Mm-hmm. You kind of have to pick something in order to go through the hoops.
Yeah.
I enjoy it, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love knowledge. That's actually been one of the super weird things about this injury, not to digress, kind of related to school, obviously, is my hankering for knowledge and just learning has skyrocketed.
It's good.
Yeah. I mean, I read books and all that before I was injured, but like on the level, I mean, if I'm out and about and listening to a podcast, if I'm home and usually watching a documentary, I'm in school, just.
I'm just saying, I watch interviews
And it's
every
like,
morning.
it's not like true crime podcasts. It's Joe Rogan interviewing one of his scientists or one of those people.
Mm-hmm.
It's some sort of NPR thing. Or politics. I mean, I've also got huge into that. So
And all of it.
Yeah.
And all.
So anyway, back to the psych thing. I'm taking psych issues of diverse populations. So we're learning about like stereotypes and prejudices and stuff I'm sure you two are very familiar with. We're actually, one of the books for extra credit is Why Are All the Black Kids Sitting Together in the Cafeteria? You read that?
No.
It's like some national bestseller.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get that.
So I have a book on tape. I haven't started listening to it. So I'm doing that one, which is cool. Taking an introduction to sociology, which is obviously just basic soc. My understanding is if I do that, I can leave by just taking that one class. I can somehow qualify for a second certificate if I go on the same track I'm on for psychology. So I'm taking that. That's actually been super cool. That teacher, that professor is awesome.
Really?
It's like 2 or 3 years younger than me, into hip-hop. Just
It helps when the teacher is
cool dude, yeah.
close to your age.
Yeah.
Because
Everything's related. Like first day of class, we're talking about, he's giving examples of sociology. First day he did something was related to In Sync, something was related to The Roots, and something related to The Matrix.
okay.
So I wasn't an In Sync fan, but I know that was my era.
It's all early 2000
exactly,
stuff, so it's
yeah.
boom right there.
Yeah, so it's all related.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's perfect then.
And then my last class is my stats class, which is statistics for the behavioral sciences. We'll see how that class goes. It's not so much the subject matter. It's my first class where I'm actually going to need help doing homework.
Yeah.
Like the actual act of pen to paper.
Yeah.
Everything else I've been able to do with the computer or my phone.
Did you look up that app? Were you able to find anything?
Nah, I need to check that out.
I'm gonna say there's probably an app to. Not probably. Like I said, I'll guarantee there's an app where you can put formulas down on, and then plug in the numbers verbally.
Yeah. So I've not done that.
Because there's math apps are
To be fair, we talked about that like right when you
an
got
hour
here.
ago. Yeah. And we just started, and then we started watching football.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, those are the classes I'm taking. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like 3 is about good. 3 academic classes.
Yeah.
When I start with 1.
And just work up slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
what
were
I
doing the
think,
film
too.
ones, right?
What's that?
You were doing film. I know you
So that was
did.
a summer school class.
Okay, yeah. And then Ray, you're in PE.
Yeah, I'm PE. Take computer science introduction. Take math, intermediate algebra. I hate that class. And then I take college success. That
Okay.
class cool.
And then what's your ultimate goal? What are you working toward?
I want to transfer too. I want to go for a master's. I was thinking in computer science, but the math is like discouraging majorly. But yeah, I definitely want to go and get a master's in something.
Well, math takes a long time.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to understand because you have to do all these different things. And there's exceptions and all this. But once you understand it and it starts plugging in everywhere,
Yeah.
and you get to the higher level stuff, it's way different than
But
a lot of people
the
think.
part
You start
about
seeing it in things, and it makes more sense.
So the concept is the ability to do the work given your limitations.
that's what it is. Like you said, a pen and paper for the homework and stuff.
See,
Have
homies
you-
didn't understand it.
Yeah.
Have you guys gone to, because there are people that will write stuff down for you, like
Yeah, they
note
don't
takers.
take notes, but I'm talking about homework. Like
it's
that's the
not-
big part of the grade. Is like
Yeah, so there's probably a place on campus.
Yeah.
You would meet them, and you do your homework there. You
Right,
do your
so
math
that-
homework there.
It's easy for you to sit there and say that.
I understand that I don't fully understand the situation from your point of view,
but you know it's got to be more
but
help.
I know there are people that will.
Yeah. I'm gonna look into it tomorrow.
Maybe inconvenient to be at a place, or
Yeah.
or so. Then what would you say?
Well, I guess I don't want to sound like I'm negative when I
No, but it's not being negative. It's being real.
I know how, like, for me, without help, just doing basic assignments like writing a paper, a paper that would have taken me, say it's page paper, 2-page paper, would have taken me an hour maybe in the past. It's going to take me an hour and a half, 2 hours because of all the editing and the damn thing not hearing me right and blah, blah, blah. And, I haven't done any hard math yet, but I assume doing, like, algebra especially, or any of that, like, sitting there explaining to someone, okay, 2 + 2 is 4, or whatever it is. Here you go, now do the square root of blah, blah, blah. It's just time-consuming.
Write the graphics.
I don't want to speak for you, but, I mean, you want to take 20 years to get your degree because you're doing homework all the time?
Right.
So
that's what I thought when you said that, based on what you thought. It kind of give you the different mindset. I don't know if I was accurate or not.
I don't know either.
We should talk to Andy.
Andy Wu?
Yeah, because he's computer. His major is something having to do with computers, but I know there's a lot of math involved. He works for Apple now.
Yeah, you gotta take.
So how did he get through high enough level math, being just head and shoulders?
He a quiet?
Yeah, and drives.
PC podcast.
No, say whatever you want.
I mean, he is Asian.
Okay, what does that have to do with his lack of? He would still have to dictate to someone if you like you're talking about, like so either.
Totally.
I know.
He's a smart kid, but yeah, still the ability to actually do it, no matter what your intelligence level.
So like,
I would be curious. Actually,
did he talk? Like, was he dictating it to someone, or did he have a software? We should find out what software he used.
Yeah, he had
What software do you use?
Has anybody brought that up to you yet?
What software?
Yeah, for math, like DOR or any of that.
Nope, no software.
What do you use for writing papers? Dragon Speak?
Dragon, yeah.
Yeah,
I know they have a version for Excel, but I don't think it would.
I bet that would work well though, because oftentimes in Excel there are equations.
Why don't you two chat amongst yourselves for a second?
Oftentimes there are equations being put in.
I'm gonna do a quick little Google search here.
And then, so you got the.
What?
Do you use Dragon Speak then, or what?
I got Dragon Speak, but I don't use it though.
Why not?
I use an app called Remote Mouse.
Remote Mouse?
Yeah.
Why don't you use Dragon Speak, and do you like Remote Mouse then?
Yeah, Remote Mouse is easier for me because it's just like texting, or I could like use the voice text and type like that, and it's easier to edit and stuff than Dragon, where you gotta backspace, and you know what I'm saying.
No, I've never used either one, so
Dragon's more complicated for me.
Okay.
Because I haven't used it so much, so I'm not like
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how to use it.
That's the only one I've.
They say you gotta read to it for the software to get familiar with your voice and different stuff like that.
That makes sense though.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you have to on your iPhone, it has to look at your face at a bunch of different angles for it to know your face. It's got to get used to how you pronounce words and where your pauses are to make sure it's not a new sentence versus that type of thing. So I guess
I used it once and it was complicated.
So you just like the remote mouse though.
Remote mouse,
because I could do like big long. You could dictate a whole paper on it if you wanted to. Anything
just like texting.
Okay.
Because you use your phone or your tablet, and it's a mouse. You know, it's got a keyboard. You can, just like if you're texting on an iPhone, you could just press the speaker and talk to it, and you can type like that, you know, so.
Have you used it for long papers for school yet?
No, not long papers.
You just use it to text right now?
I use it to, I do everything on my laptop pretty much. Write up letters or, because I do a lot of the grants things and all of that, so. Yeah, I use it for all of that.
Oh, so you've written grant stuff, and you've gotten some grants.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So it appears that you're onto something. Ray, I'm going to send this your way right now. Mathtalk.com. They apparently do have this type of software.
That'll help you with equations and put them down?
Yep, so it's like pre-algebra all the way up to stats.
And which would be great for you, especially with stats.
Totally.
Yeah. So it'll you can dictate to it?
Yeah, it says it requires Dragon, which is something we both have, but yeah.
So you have to. I mean, you have
I
to
don't
get.
know if it's a plug-in for Dragon, but I'm gonna check it out. Yeah.
At least minimally familiar with Dragon to be able to dictate those equations.
Totally.
And that would
that's
probably.
the first one that popped up too. So I mean, there's probably other options.
I wonder, and so if like having to, for the math specifically, having to dictate to it would mean you would have to understand it a little better. I wonder if it would help your learning, because you can't just like, it's almost like if you want to understand something, you try and teach it.
Yeah, it's almost like you're a tutor for the computer. Totally.
So you'd have to understand it in order to dictate it correctly. So that may help in terms of bringing in. So like Ray, for you who doesn't like it, that may be good.
Yeah,
you have to understand it. And once you understand it, like, oh,
yeah, I get it.
That may be cool. What's it called? What's the
mathtalk.com?
Mathtalk.com.
I think the software was actually called Math Talk.
Okay.
That was just the first one that popped up in Google, so there's probably other ones.
Yeah. Well, nice.
Yeah, DOR will pay for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not?
Good. See?
Yeah, I mean,
that may help with the homework
talk about
situation
a fortunate
too.
time to be injured.
If there is one.
Oh, yeah.
It's better to be now than
like assistants.
even 20 years ago. 10 years ago.
5 years ago even.
Yeah, when you first got injured versus now.
When I first got injured, I think Alexa had just got on the market.
Right. And now it's...
Now Google.
Yeah, cool. Now everyone has something.
But now everything also connects to all that.
At UC Davis, they're talking about making the dorms Alexa enabled. So not like you can bring your own Alexa and like you'll walk in and she'll be in the dorm.
Like each room has a built-in
and then you
Alexa?
go Alexa, boom, yeah.
What?
Yeah. I heard that, so I was like,
that's deep.
Makes sense.
It would help. It would help every disabled client.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Have everybody yelling Alexa, Alexa,
right?
Alexa.
I wonder if that would be a thing.
They're not making that for us.
Yeah, but it would still help.
To help us, totally.
And they have and Alexa specifically has another thing where whatever Alexa is closest to your voice is the one that responds. So even if you're in
what?
Yeah. So if you have like 3.
Yes.
So if I boom, boom, boom,
yeah.
I can say Alexa, whatever. The one that's closest to the voice will be the one that responds to you,
fantastic.
which would solve the problem because you were like in the dorms. If everyone has Alexa,
Google's got that problem. Too.
Yeah, so
because Alexa at least allow you to change the name.
Google,
Echo. You can't change the name.
And I don't, and so I have 2 different things that are Alexa enabled, but one of them is Amazon and one of them is Sonos, and so it doesn't work. I think they both have to be Amazon for it to do that, but. That would solve the dorm problem of 17 people at the same time going Alexa, and her thing just respond.
Knowledge being dropped. Although it's probably voice specific.
Voice specific and like I said, location. The one that's closest to it.
But what would you need to use Alexa for in an environment like that? Like
turn on the music, turn on the lights, lock the door.
On the school campus?
They probably put Bluetooth. Yeah, you want lights and music in your dorm room?
Test tomorrow too.
The dorm room. Yeah.
It'd be in the dorm. That's what it'd be. It'd be in your dorm. Yeah.
Oh man.
You could schedule. You could set alarms.
I think I would utilize mine more, probably even if I was able-bodied, I'd probably get more functionality out of it.
Yeah. There's a lot. You know what?
Oh my God, I love it.
I don't use mine as much as I thought I would. I love it.
That's actually a good point too.
I love it. I use it all the time, but like, I don't walk in my house and go Alexa lock the door because I walk in my house and just lock the door.
Right. I haven't turned the TV on, but all you gotta do is pick up a remote.
Yeah, and I'm saying that I do. Almost every single time I walk in my house, I go, Alexa, connect to my phone, and then Alexa, play whatever music I want. And that's almost 100% of the time I'm in the house. Because the TV's rarely on. But
so
she's always playing something.
Set up?
Yeah, I got Alexa and Google.
And it helps you lock in your door and everything, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, because I've seen a bunch of people.
Most things, my TV, lights, door, lock.
TV?
Yeah, TV.
Have you tried, isn't your TV Google?
So each TV kind of works a little bit differently. So I don't need both. I just happen to have both, Google and Alexa.
Is there one you prefer?
Well, the best thing about Google is it works with YouTube TV flawlessly. So I can actually control the TV.
Which is nice.
Channel and things like that, yeah.
You can't do that with Alexa, or have you just not seen
Alexa,
because you have Google?
Amazon and Google don't get along. They just finally started getting along with each other, like in the past month. So maybe that functionality will come.
It's nice that you can control the TV and everything and stuff.
And it's great. I mean,
do you have any Alexa stuff at your house?
Yeah, so I just got some a setup, a smart home setup from Sac Spinal. I ain't set it up yet, but so that's cool. It gave me the lights and stuff, so I'll be able to control my lights. And I got a Google Nest from what's it, Christopher Reeve Foundation. They was giving away all the, so I got one of those. But I don't use it though. Yeah, I just use for my TV. I got a remote on my phone to control my TV. Yeah. So I pretty much use my phone for everything.
What kind of TV do you have that? Because you had the what?
Roku.
Oh, you have the Roku, and then you have the app on there, and you can control everything.
And for the cable as well, because I got a Direct TV, and I can control I got a Direct TV app, mouse, remote to control the TV. Yeah.
Are there any stuff that between Amazon or Alexa and Google then that they don't have that seems like they would have, or they should have?
They don't offer fellatio. Outside of that, I'm not sure.
Would you want it from a robot though? Anyway,
like at this point, I would. Yes.
Okay, that's
fellatio.
Fair. That's fair.
Blowjob.
Oh. Yeah, send it on over.
You could, but with Alexa, you could probably
like a DoorDash.
You could probably ask for someone to do it on Alexa.
No, I think there's there's probably stuff there's probably a lot it does that I'm not even aware of, with the add-ons and the skills and all that. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I don't really know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything they got on there.
But yeah, I mean, then as much as the technology's gotten good in just the past 5 years, I can't imagine what it's going to be
with that exponential increase
just in life in general. But
yeah,
especially for us to actually rely on that voice-activated stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, everything's going that way. Yeah. Society's just getting lazy, and that's perfect for us.
Yeah. You're just gonna model your current lifestyle a little bit more.
More and more people on the couch.
All right, so the opposite of that then. You're both super active. You're both exercising. Lane, you're at SCI Fit for years. Ray, you've been at SCI Fit for, has it been a year now? No, 6 months or so, right?
It's been about a year.
It's been about a year?
Yeah, October last year.
Damn, okay. Yeah. And then you both go to AR too. Yeah. How has that stuff helped you? Either one, in terms of?
SCI Fit for me and AR, and pretty much everything I did. I think in the beginning I was doing so much, people would ask me, how's therapy? How's swim, or how's SCI Fit, or whatever. I'm like, I'm doing so much that I don't know what's working, what's not working. I think the best thing about SCI Fit and AR is, well, SCI Fit specifically is, as the name says, it's kind of that spinal cord. They know the injury, both from a physical standpoint and from a mental standpoint. It's hugely beneficial. I would say, for me, the benefit to SCI Fit is kind of more the recovery aspect, more functionality, kind of doing those monotonous, not those repetitive tasks.
It can get monotonous. Yeah. I know what it does.
Where AR, for me at least, is just like I'm going to the gym. Just a healthy lifestyle. Pushing weights like I normally would.
Yeah, quote unquote like normal exercise.
Yeah, exactly, normal gym. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And has that helped like your transfers or trying to transfer, or your standing balance, or your core, like being able to come up off the back of your chair?
Oh yeah, for sure. No doubt I'm stronger. It's translating a little bit of functionality.
In what way?
Functionality wise?
Yeah.
I think my biggest thing is be able to do my standing pivots, my pivot transfers. So I don't need to Hoyer or any of that kind of stuff, which is awesome, not only to get in and out of bed, but
Hoyer's just the type of lift coming out of that thing.
Yeah, right, so I can go in, if I go get a massage, or if I go to Atkins, all those places I can plop onto a table real quick, or
with the assist of
fast
with one person. Yeah.
One person, yeah.
And honestly, anybody can do it. I just have to walk them through it. So that gives me the strength in my legs in order to be able to do that. But for me, it's at this point, after 5 years, it's much more just staying healthy, preventing pressure sores, being able to, not feel guilty about eating out one night and getting a bunch of unhealthy food or any of that kind of thing. Just, that blood flowing is obviously good for the brain also.
Yeah. Sure. And Ray, what about you?
But yeah, I think that's the biggest difference is functionality versus just working out.
Okay.
What was the question again?
Just how is, you both go to SCI Fit and AR. How has that progressed you, or how has it helped you? till now?
So I ain't regained no function. You know, it's hard for me to stand. You know, I think it's more mentally for me. Like it kind of strengthened me mentally to get out here and tackle this world in my new life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what it's been like mostly for me, just to staying active and getting up every day, because that's the hardest part of the day for me is waking up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think.
Do you have a lift at the house?
Yeah, I got a lift, but so since going to SCI Fit, I didn't gain enough strength to stop using the lift.
Do you mean the hardest part of your day getting up, just the actual act of getting up, or the motivation of getting up?
The motivation, waking up and not being able to move.
Having to dependent on someone to get you out?
Call somebody to,
Yeah.
Can you come, or I dropped the remote, or I dropped my water, or, you know.
And then you might have the half hour to hour, however long it takes you actually get up and get out the house, 2 hours, whatever it might be. Yeah.
The whatever program and everything you're running that day and everything.
Yeah. And you might have to deal with somebody else's mood. They might not wake up with a good day, so you gotta, you know what I'm saying, cap off of that and all of that.
Yeah.
That's tough, man. Every day, you know, just yeah, that's the toughest part for me.
Real tough. That's good. You got enough tricep strength then to start helping out and like.
Yeah, that was big. That was big.
So you got rid of the whole airlift.
Got rid of it.
So how are you transferring to your chair now then?
Slide board.
Slide board.
Yeah.
Good.
In the cars and everything.
That's big.
Yeah.
It's huge.
that lift is crazy. Having to have a Hoyer lift.
It's a lot of time consuming. A manual.
Man, you gotta put the
Well,
whole
it
thing.
limits your eye. You gotta have a Hoyer.
Yeah.
Slide board's way easier to carry around with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. One
But
that
I
allows
still
you to-
need help though.
Well, yeah.
Like with the slide board, like
But you can't. You know the Hoyer lift can't put you in the driver's seat of a car.
oh no, it can, but
Yeah.
Huh?
a Hoyer lift?
You ever used a Hoyer lift to get in a car?
Yeah.
In the driver's seat with the wheel there.
No, not in the driver's
That's what I'm
seat.
saying. So like,
Oh, no, not
not
the driver's
having
seat.
to have the Hoyer lift has now allowed
I'm
you then
pressuring in a
to.
passenger car.
Yeah, you can.
Car,
Because it go
SUV.
under the car. And you just gotta lower it and get you inside the
Yeah.
passenger.
Yeah, but
All you
I'll
need is
buy
the
it.
space under.
I don't
You've
buy
done it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I buy it then.
Nope. Like what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
See this. It's happening though.
You seen it? No, but like I mean, so now having gotten that function, that little bit of function back, I
Yeah.
mean, it seems minimal. Like, oh, okay, I got some triceps a little bit, but
It's very minimal.
But
especially when you're watching it, you like
yeah, but
you're happy about
something
this.
that's relatively minimal allows you to then drive.
Yeah.
Right. So a little bit of independence now is or a little bit of functionality now.
Yeah.
Even though when you get somewhere you probably need help getting there, but you can still go. I don't need this to rely on a person
Yeah.
to be with me at all
Get
times.
to the help.
Yeah, you can get to
I don't
the
have
help.
to have the
you just
help
need
get to
something at
me.
either end instead of
Yeah.
the whole way, and that then it takes the relief off of someone, which
Yeah.
probably is better mentally for you too when you know that someone's not like having to be with you all the time.
Yeah.
Right, and then
I
it's
hated being in that Hoyer too.
The
Just the
Hoyer?
act of it.
I passed out my first time.
Like
in the
degrading is
Hoyer.
not the right word, but it's like
you're in a
it's a different level of help.
you're in a sling.
Yeah.
Like all just like whatever you're.
For me, it's like
either-
almost like I'm completely helpless.
Yeah. I
I mean,
you
standing,
are.
obviously, you're standing with the whole slide board. You know, you gotta have the abs. You gotta have the control to be able to do that. You know, you're contributing something to both of those, not just
Yeah.
length of
Hoyer.
a freaking Hoyer.
My first time you remember your first time in a Hoyer lift?
No,
My first time in a Hoyer lift, I must have panicked.
Why? Why'd you panic?
Like crying, everything. Like, oh my god, like it was scary to me.
Well,
like,
you're
it
not a
was
small
like-
dude. I can imagine like being like hoisted up by that.
and they just moving you doing it, and I'm like, hold on, man, like, and I'm just like, I had like extreme panic attack, anxiety, everything, like,
How long
just
did that take to
crashed
go away?
on me. Like, I guess the nurse and stuff helped me through that. You mean like going away every time I get in
like
it?
the next time you got in the Hoyer, was
The
it?
next time I was cool.
It was just that first and the initial.
Yeah. It wasn't like I was super cool, like relaxed. I was still tense, like, but I was cool. Like, all right, this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to do this to get to next, you know. So yeah, it was cool with the first time, but then, like the first time in a Hoyer lift at home, I passed out.
Like, do you know what from?
I think
You just
I
got
was sitting on my scrotum or something.
Oh no! And the pain just
Yeah, but you can't feel it,
got
so it's like you
super
just
bad dyslexia.
out of there.
I still haven't passed out yet.
You
I'm
haven't?
surprised you didn't pass out when you hit your dang head.
That was your fault.
It was my fault. What are you talking about right now?
You feel
Why
hard?
don't you tell the story, Gavin?
Yeah, I
Alright,
need to
so-
hear this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you don't know. Okay, so I'm working with Lane. I'm new, pretty new, and I have a lot of good ideas. They're not good.
He is finger quotes.
yeah, they're not good. But I'm working with Lane. Have his hands like we're strapped up to some handles, like TRX handles, and we're doing just either weight shifts or shifting weight and then bending one knee. Right, and so he's going up onto one toe and then shifting flat, and he's doing real well. But I'm standing up, and I have my hands by his hips. And I want to get closer to his feet so then I can kind of help him lift a foot higher off the ground. So instead of going toe weight bang, he's coming all the way off. So, he's secured, hands up top. His balance has been good. So I sat down and taking away all my leverage.
Yeah.
Right. I'm now down by his feet, no leverage. So he swings one way, and when he swung to the right, when he would have had my hand there to stop him, now my hand's not there, so I'm sitting down by his ankles. Well, that's not good leverage. So he swings all the way around and goes around and boom, and hits his head on a wheelchair.
And his hand's still connected.
And his hand's still connected. And I was like, that's the worst I've ever felt. I was like, fuck. And
And you
I was like, I'm cool. He's good though, nothing. I was like, he's not bleeding. That's weird. Whatever. And then 10 seconds later, just blood comes pouring out of the hole that he needed staples in his head. Yeah. And luckily he was cool about it. So we wrapped an ace bandage around it, and he was handle that. And then they were like, Devin, don't be stupid. Right. But he was cool about it. The next day came in, jokingly wore a helmet in, just to give me shit. And so he still gives me shit 2-3 times a year.
You wore a helmet.
It was funny too. He drove up with a BMX bike helmet. Yeah. And so, but that was, is that your worst post-injury accident?
Yep.
Good.
That's a good question.
I'm glad I could be a part of it.
Is it that or the time I fell to my wheelchair when I was still in the hospital?
Oh shit!
You fell
I
out
didn't
of
really
it?
injure myself there though.
I wouldn't say you injured yourself. Maybe this is from playing football. There's a difference between hurt and injured.
My doctor was pissed.
I bet he was. Well, okay, how did you fall out of your chair then?
I'm glad you asked, Devin.
Because it's hard to fall out of it. You fall
When
off.
I was Santa Clara, so Bangkok, San Francisco, got my surgery in San Francisco, and I'm in Santa Clara, my 30-day stay in rehab. So my first chair in the hospital was a sip and puff.
Oh, you came in that.
Yeah.
So do you know what a sip and puff is, right? Mm-hmm. So why don't you explain what a sip and puff is before?
So at that time I didn't have any hand function, so I couldn't control a chair myself, and had the option of a chin drive, which you drive the chair with your chin.
It's like a joystick underneath your chin, and you just move your mouth.
Or a sip and puff, which is essentially a straw they put in your mouth, and you either blow or suck, depending on what function you want to get out of the chair. So blow hard means go forward. Blow hard means you go faster. Suck is the exact opposite. If you blow twice, it's like a right turn. Suck twice, left. Some of one of these things.
Oh, I didn't know that the directionality of it.
Yeah.
That sounds like it's going to have you hyperventilating.
That was a different chair before this one, yeah.
I didn't know it was the blow. I knew, and it's kind of intuitive that all right, blow to go forward, blow harder, you go forward. If you've ever played video games, push the joystick a little to go forward, push it all the way forward to sprint.
Totally.
But to go right
to tackle.
And how did you make it I want to turn 90 degrees right versus I just want to veer versus I want to go full 180?
So now you're understanding how one can fall out of their chair.
So cute. So
I've been cruising around the hospital. I'm getting used to this sip and puff. Like I said, I'm don't like being at home, and
So you're obviously not wearing a
I'm an
seatbelt.
adventurer. No, I was not wearing a seatbelt.
Yeah, you didn't fall out of your chair wearing a seatbelt.
Well, simmer down, folks. I might have been wearing a seatbelt. I don't remember that part. So, anyways, I've been cruising around the hospital, the one floor I have access to for a couple days, whatever it is. I'm bored. They don't got any kind of monitor on me, so it's like I'm gonna go explore the rest of the hospital.
Yeah.
Fuck this. And I roll up to the elevator, and I don't know if you've ever been in an elevator before, but there's buttons that you're required to push.
Yeah.
I now lack the ability to push said buttons. So I didn't want to wait around for somebody to do the elevator things. I knew I'd probably get in trouble and be told I'm not allowed to go where I wanted to go. So I decided to be smart to venture outside. So I ventured outside with a tripping puff.
Did they just let you go out the front? They weren't
no, say
wearing your hospital. I mean, I guess people go out on
Well,
walks.
it's in the parking lot.
People go out on walks. Okay.
Exactly. People go on walks. Yep. So I'm around the front parking lot. Front parking lot gets bored pretty quickly. I'm gonna go explore the back of the hospital. Go cruise around a little bit.
To go into where fewer and fewer people are.
Correct. Now you're understanding more and more. So in the back of the hospital, I'm on a sidewalk, which is up 4 or 5 inches, whatever they are from the street, and I sipped when I should have puffed, or puffed when I should have sipped, whatever, and I tumbled off the edge of that curb. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if I was connected to the chair or not, but
okay.
again, it just so happened to be that there was a medical delivery guy that within 2 seconds of me, 5 seconds of me being on the ground, happened to roll right by. So he got out, rushed over, and again, I don't know if he unbuckled me or not. I assume I was buckled in, but again, no clue. Maybe not, since I was in the hospital. Regardless.
I would imagine you were, because you weren't getting into your chair by yourself.
Yeah, but why do they need to buckle me in if I'm just cruising around the floor of the hospital?
Because if you it doesn't take a lot to hit the brakes abruptly, and for someone who's adjusting, they just...
Without the ab control, totally. So
you went off the curb.
Yeah, so he comes over and makes sure that I'm okay. And then security guard gets involved at this point, so they get my chair upright, they get me back in the chair. Now it's, what the hell are you doing out here, and where do you belong?
So the chair tilts over and everything.
Oh yeah, chairs are sideways on the ground next to me.
Yeah, and it's not a light chair. That's what I was going to ask.
No.
Like, how do they get it? But
yeah, so it's two guys.
two adults can flip it, especially if you're not in it.
Because I'd be out and I'd be wondering, I'm like, if I roll off this curb, I wonder if I flip or if I land on my...
Oh, no, you're done for.
It's going to be... that's a lot of weight, chair-wise, getting flipped. Those chairs aren't light.
No.
And so that's a lot going.
So they figured out, the security guard walks me back to my wing, and...
Did you drive back, or did he take over
he
and
took over.
drove it? Probably smart.
He took over the joystick, yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
What did the doctor say?
Doctor ordered an emergency CT scan.
Okay.
Because by this point I had surgery.
Uh-huh.
I had surgery when I was back in San Francisco, so I had new hardware in there.
Uh-huh.
So they get a CT scan. And this is like later in the afternoon, so he's now staying past, Ziggy!
Anxiety.
I think he's barking back here.
Hey!
There we go. All right.
Yeah, emergency CT scan, and they noticed this little fracture. Long story short, it didn't really affect anything, but I might have fractured, little hairline fractured something.
So you... Good.
Yeah.
All right.
But I do not have to get staples.
Yeah, that's true. But it's a good scar. And it's a story.
What side of your head?
Behind my right ear.
Oh.
Yeah, he hit pretty solid. I remember that. Ray, have you gotten hurt badly at all after?
Fortunately.
I feel like we got stories from a lot of people. Like T burnt her leg.
Yeah.
They burnt the shit out of her leg.
Remember
Oh,
that?
yeah. I was in a manual before I got this chair.
You in a manual chair?
Yeah, I was in a manual chair, and I was going to... I get pushed everywhere. And,
Speak up a little bit.
So the people I'm staying with in Pittsburgh, my sister-in-law,
Uh-huh.
her husband, he's pushing me, and my foot is off of the plate, but I can't feel it. It's under the plate, and he pushing me, and my toe is on there, and it's just rubbing from the door all the way to the paratransit. Big hole in my great toe.
Oh no! Did you call it a great toe?
It was the great toe.
I haven't heard someone call it a great toe.
I don't think I've ever heard that before. But my mind
I've
is...
heard great toe, but I haven't heard that in a long time.
Can I exit for a second while you tell the story?
It was bad. It was bad.
You feeling it right now?
It's almost worse that you can't feel it, too.
Because you
Couldn't feel it.
Because you just keep going.
Till you get to the bus and I look and I'm like, what's bleeding?
Wait, weren't you
I had sandals on.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. What was your footwear? What was your footwear?
Okay.
And we like rushing to the bus because they early, we late.
I mean,
Yeah, it was bad. It took like a year for that toe to heal.
yeah. Did you put anything on it to help heal, or you just let it go raw?
Oh my god.
A lot of going to the wound care and
They give you like Meta Honey
and Acrocell and all of that stuff. Different combinations to get it to
how
close
deep was
up.
it?
It was deep. It was
bone?
like a stage 4.
to the whoop.
It was deep.
Good thing you have your toe still.
Yeah. It was deep, man.
And why were you wearing sandals? Why were they like, hey, you know what?
Because I think that's all I had at the time.
Toe shoes on you. Oh, okay.
Because before my injury, like I had like a big super shoe collection, probably like 100 pair of shoes or something crazy. So I sold them because my feet started swelling and I couldn't fit them no more. So you get a spinal cord injury, you wear size 12, now you got to wear size 13, or you know what I'm saying?
Well, even after the swelling, you want to keep the room in there for your feet. Even after the swelling goes down, if they go down, you still want to have
keep the room
in
because
there
you don't
for
want
your
no
feet.
pressure sore on your feet and stuff. So
you sold all your shoes.
Sold all my shoes,
all
of them.
Thank you.
Yep. So I had sandals for a while.
So you sold 100 pairs of shoes, and you were like, I should buy one.
Yeah. No, I probably bought one, right? But I ended up buying one and it was like a size 12. I'm thinking I could still do the same thing, but then I'm like,
wait, you sold your shoes because you couldn't fit the 12s, right?
no, I wasn't even trying to fit them no more.
Oh, I was like, what if you sold them?
I just sold them and then I bought a pair because different shoes fit different ones, different ways and stuff. So I bought a pair of shoes that used to run big from when I was walking. I would buy them smaller.
Okay.
So I'm thinking if I buy them smaller than the size I should be getting, I'll be able to fit them, but I find out I can't fit them and I'm like, oh no, I can't do this. I need to get a bigger size, just period. You know what I'm saying? I was still comprehending.
Yeah, it's all new too. It's brand new.
So I'm like, okay.
Like,
but I was rocking the sandals. It was just easy to throw on, you know what I'm saying? Get me out, going to the doctor.
Yeah.
You know.
So it took a year for your toe to heal.
Yeah.
Wait. So what are the other toes called?
Index toe, I guess.
Alright.
I've heard great toe before, so I knew which one you're talking about.
I only know big toe and pinky toe.
Big toe is your great
It's
toe.
your great toe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard those. Yeah, I mean, I call it like.
I'm sure it's a name for
There's
each one of them.
middle, like I don't know, second toe,
probably index
middle
and
toe.
ring.
I call it ring toe.
Index, ring,
Index ring toe.
Third, fourth, fifth. I mean, whatever.
Second grade or
Second
something
grade.
like
That's what I'm saying. Great toe. I like it.
that.
It's bigger than the rest.
Yeah.
Have you had? So you have no like skin issues, Lane? Though, like so, it took like a year for yours to heal. Have you had skin? Oh, you had the little on your legs.
It ain't like you had no pressure sore though.
Well, that's. I mean,
Oh, you
that's
mean just
essentially.
injuries
That's
in
essentially what a
general?
pressure sore is, though. I mean, if it went down that, I mean, it didn't come from pressure. I guess,
I've
but
had
it
a
came
couple
from
things happen to my legs, non-pressure related.
like rubbing and that type of. I
remember one time I was on why was that? Oh, since I have pretty decent function with my legs, I was on a sit-down. What are those bikes are called?
Like a recumbent bike.
No, like the bike. Yeah, sure. But the ones that you're laying all the way back.
It's like super deep, like reclined all the way, basically.
Yep.
Okay.
And I was doing that and get off of this thing, and I think it was my right. Has that little bump on the malleosis?
Where, like at the
Yeah,
ankle,
yeah,
or like
no,
right
no,
at the
right there
like
where
at
you tore.
the knuckle?
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
the medial malleolus. Malleosis.
Yes.
It's not malleosis. It's malleolus.
So that thing was just all chunked up.
Really?
So I was hitting the crank without even knowing it.
For how long?
Probably like 15 or 20 minutes.
That's a lot. That's a
Like,
lot. That's a lot of
yeah.
times hitting the same spot over and over and over again.
Well, granted, keep in mind I'm pedaling. But yes, I probably hit
Okay,
that.
so if you're if you're pedaling even 2 strokes per minute, that's still
That's what I'm
30
saying.
times
Yeah,
you hit the
exactly.
Yeah, that's a high
one
place.
time is one. Yeah.
That spot right there is like, yeah.
Which is bone and skin,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, that's
So I chunked that up, and then one time at SCI Fit, when I was doing the loco mat, the straps got me. But yeah, as far as heel time, forever to heal.
How long did the ankle one take?
I still is.
Is there a scar still? Or,
Yeah.
I mean, is it...
There's a mark. Yeah.
Okay, so a scar, but is it still scabbed up?
Probably
Or is it
more than a
basically...
year.
Really?
The ones from SCI Fit are still there. That's probably been close to a year.
Did you put... What do you put on them?
Answer your question is no.
What do you put on them?
Nothing.
Nothing. So...
But a year for a spinal cord, for a person that suffers from spinal cord injury, wounds is good. A year is good.
Oh, I know. I mean, I know people who've had
Well, yeah, I'm
2,
so
3,
active.
4 year,
Yeah.
like,
Well, keep in mind
still
the one
deep
on,
wounds. Like, if you don't take care of
on
it,
my leg from SCI Fit, that was more like an abrasion.
it's just a rub.
Yeah.
And it's just... It's
But
like
that one
a...
on my ankle was
That was it.
Yeah.
chunked open.
No meta, honey. You should put something on it. Like,
I should have.
or
it,
even...
but-
I mean,
Oh, you mean
if it's-
now?
Even that. Even just vitamin E oil. Just put it right on there. Like... I mean, how long... But that one on your ankle, though, took a year?
At least.
Yeah.
I still think.
What kind of bike was that you were riding?
I was the honey badger, what it's called. When I was down at Core,
Was that San Diego? L.A.?
LA. Forget the actual town it was in. One of the towns in LA.
In Southern California, at
Yeah,
least.
down at Core, and it was Aaron Baker's little crazy bike that he's mobbed around in before.
Mm.
I think it was a beast. So I was just trying to cruise around the parking lot with it, going off curbs and stuff. Yeah, it wasn't like the one you'll see out there on like the bike trail.
Mm.
This one was made for, it's like an off-road mountain bike,
Mm.
lay down bike.
That you
doesn't-
pedal with your feet.
Yeah.
How did you turn it?
Me, not easily, but I think they strap my hands to it.
And you can,
Yeah.
and you just triceps, shoulders. And
Yep.
It's got a little steer, something that at least
Yeah,
controls the
there's a
front
brake
axle.
by your side. Like
Yeah.
I said, I did not get very far, but he's got some videos up of him in it. It's
What's his name?
Aaron Baker.
Aaron Baker at
You've heard of Aaron Baker.
Core.
Yeah.
Have I heard of Aaron?
You've
Baker?
heard of Aaron Baker, whether you
Have we,
know it right
have
now
we talked
or not.
about it?
No, he's huge in spinal cord injury. He's the one that opened Core.
Okay, I'm so bad with names. That,
I don't know if you ever met him, but
no, but I mean, just
Yeah.
remembering names of people and like, unless it's been consistently brought up, I'm
he's
terrible with names.
he's one of the. I use the term lucky ones. He's got pretty much almost full functionality back.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's forget what he did, but he's huge into adventure sports. He's I think he got injured doing motocross. And he's connected to that world.
So does he have other stuff then that's
Yeah, he
kind of
does like
custom
a
for
Red
him?
Bull fundraiser for spinal cord injury every year down in that area, and he's walked across some desert or something like that as a awareness thing. I think
He's
written-
not a chair user.
I occasionally, only for efficiency, he can walk. Like when he's at his office, he'll walk around. But I think like when he's at the mall or something, he'll use his chair.
He'll be walking for
Manual
long
chair.
periods of time
Yeah,
or something. He's not going to Disneyland and spending all day there walking.
Yeah, when
back.
he's at his house, he's not using his chair. But
Yeah.
That's cool then. I like that.
yeah, if you want to check him out, he's
Yeah, Core. I know because you were just visiting down there and you went down to see him, right?
yeah. I want to check. He's actually the first person in a chair that I spoke to.
Okay.
I just happened to.
That's a good first person to have in terms of like
The guy I was living with, my friend I was living with before I left on my trip, his girlfriend, a fiance at the time, whatever they were, used to go to high school with Aaron. So as soon as I got injured, she found out. I was like, oh my God, you got to talk to Aaron. And made that connection.
That's cool.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's where I got the first kind of bug in my head and started doing therapy as quick as possible.
And you got on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear that from anybody you talk to.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing. you know my aunt and kind of my family, and then kind of back to your earlier question, they weren't going to let, if I wanted to stay in bed, it wouldn't happen
anyway. Yeah. Ray, how's your wheelchair basketball then? Because but for a few months you've been
rugby.
Oh, it's rugby. It's murder ball.
God, I wish I could play rugby. It's so much fun.
Looking at chairs, or are they still trying to find you one?
Yeah.
How's that going?
Task, man. That's been crazy. But I mean, so Brian over at the Adaptive PE
at AR.
Yeah, AR. So ARC has chairs that they might let me borrow. So I just got to see if they can fit one. I'm so big, so I need a size 20. And those are so hard to come by. Like,
you connected him with who's Cassie's boyfriend?
Greg.
Thank you. Yeah,
he's coming.
Right,
yeah. Well, because you need a specialized chair for all that. Yeah. All that's going on and everything. Yeah. But that would be good. Have you talked to him about that?
Greg.
Yeah.
About a rugby chair.
Yeah.
That would be good. That's a good person to. Because even if he doesn't know, he might know someone. I hadn't thought about that, so that's good.
Yeah.
That'd be real good to do.
Yeah, I gotta call him because I just got a manual too, so there's some things that I need changed on it.
Yeah.
It's a fix.
Man, I'm envious. I'd love to be able to play wheelchair rugby. It's like so much fun.
Yeah.
Are there any power chair divisions of any sports that are going on?
Power soccer is the only one I know of.
Oh, they were going to play that. I was at that BORP event yesterday.
And it doesn't look right.
And they were talking about, might as well. I feel like you should try it.
Yeah, see, I don't.
No.
There might come a time, but it's not. I don't need that in my life. I have no. Yeah.
It's just. Oh, okay.
I mean, part of competition and sport for me is not only the act of competing, but the athletic endeavor as well. Exerting yourself.
And it's not really exerting yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be more of a. It sounds like it's almost more of like a puzzle game in terms of you're solving problems, pushing things around into.
I mean, socially too.
Well, yeah.
Totally.
And you're a big social guy.
Yeah, there might come a time. I'm rolling it out.
Just not right now.
I frankly don't have time for it.
Yeah, they were talking about it at the Ride and Revolution in Santa Rosa. They said, all right, next week is the power soccer. That's the first time I'd heard of that. Well, that's cool.
And to be fair, I've actually never seen a competitive, I don't know if there's a professional league or whatever, play power soccer.
I've only seen it once.
I've only seen it, like a little, whatchamacallit, the Ability Expo.
Oh, in San Jose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a little setup.
So, those never give you the real,
But just, I mean...
the real feel of it, you know.
Those chairs, though, do look like fun.
They're faster?
I know they spin a lot faster.
Really?
Yeah, and they got the bumper on it.
So because if you're using your feet, you saw what happened to your toe.
Right.
People just be breaking toes left and right with
footless people.
It's like playing bumper cars in there.
Right.
Yeah, so get into rugby. Do it for me, if not for you.
Yeah. I've been trying. Yeah.
Once you get the chair, you have the place, right?
The place to rock.
Once you get the chair, you set to go then?
Oh, yeah. Once I get the chair, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Play for Sacramento. High Five. Storm.
That's the name of the team in Sacramento?
The High Fives. Yeah.
High Five? What's Storm?
So that's the name of the team. So
is it High Five or Storm?
The team name is the Storm. But they're from High Five, the foundation.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Okay.
High Five Foundation.
So you had to go up there to do it?
Yeah.
No, it's here. So I guess they're like a branch from them or something.
Oh, cool.
That's cool. Yeah, because High Five is up in Tahoe?
Tahoe,
yeah. That's cool.
So
they
come from Sacramento to Reno.
Yeah.
This is their ground.
That's where your chair was, the one they were looking for you, right? They were looking for a chair in Reno for you?
Yeah.
You still getting people from High Five? They got their own thing now.
They've always had their own thing. I think they've expanded what they work with, because for a while it was they would only work with you if you had gotten injured in
they told me
in a snow related injury.
A mountain sport.
But I'm like, well, that makes no sense if you have half the season where people are up there hiking or in the water.
No, I
instead.
think they changed it to
they went to more
outdoorsy,
or even just extreme. Because Rocky, have you met Rocky?
What's that name sound?
Young kid. He got injured on a trampoline. I haven't talked to him.
Yeah, that's talking about. Yeah.
What's that?
Alaska.
Huh?
He's from Alaska.
No, that was.
Rocky. I remember.
Yeah. So he got injured trampolining, but competitive trampolining. But I think they've done some work with him because it's more like an extreme
the white
sport
chair. Yeah.
More like an extreme sports type thing instead. So they're brand, which is good because I was like, why would you? I mean,
bungee jump.
like,
Whatever,
I mean, granted,
skydiving,
skiing is a
totally.
big skiing, snowboarding, snowmobiling, all that up there.
Well,
is
that's how you
big,
gotta get
but
started.
But half your season, and so you expand with the need. And
Totally.
so
Yeah,
I
they
think they've
seem to
done
be
that.
doing really well.
Yeah, I mean they're cool people.
Yeah.
So as far as getting people from them, I think kind of if they're up there,
Cause they got a couple gyms up there.
yeah. And I think as far as like it's like working, they don't refer them. I mean, down here. It's kind of like
Well, yeah, there's more SCI fits popping up.
there's only
Or-
3 of us and
That's not-
a couple of high fives. But like activity based,
Similar,
like
yeah.
activity based
Yeah.
exercise gyms.
Yeah.
There is yeah, probably because we're gonna get another one soonish. And I'm
Santa
sure-
Rosa?
I'm not sure. That one. Totally sure.
Not sure, can't share.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, on that one. But there will be another one in the relatively near future. And then at the High Fives, you said they got a couple of gyms up there now, right?
Yeah, I see. It's a guy that plays rugby. Name it's 2 of them. Jeff. It's a few of them from Tahoe, but it's 2 of them that I'm familiar with. Jeff and Jared.
Jared?
Yeah. I think it's Jared Edwards or something. I don't know. But I see them at gyms up there and stuff, working out in
Yeah.
rugby chairs and
That's good.
yep, getting down up there. So if I get a rugby chair, man, I'll be working out here somewhere. Yeah.
That'd be dope.
That'd be cool. Part of your training, I'm sure AR would be able to work with you on that too.
Yeah, it's a perfect place for
Take
that.
you over to the basketball court and let you push.
Yeah, you can get your big open space like that and kind of feel the turn and do all that.
Brian
Somewhere
can
you can
focus
figure
his
out,
efforts on
Work
that.
with the
and all
medicine
that.
ball.
figure out how to
and
catch a
stuff.
ball. We can start
Yeah.
working that in this
Yeah.
week. Like
Right.
figure out how to catch a ball
Also,
because
be cool
it's different.
about you guys work on that, but in AR you'd actually have the space to
Yeah.
go to the gym and push.
It's like putting the two things together. Like when you're playing a sport, all right, here's the
Totally.
drills, here's the drills, here's the drills. Now apply it in a bigger space on the
Yeah.
field, right?
Yep.
You condense it with less, and
Work it
then you
out.
go out and all right.
Yeah.
Now you have 20 feet of distance in between you, or you have 10 yards of distance, that type of thing. All right, can you catch
It's gonna
it
be
from
hard
here?
from the beginning though.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
It'd be hard if you were learning to play rugby on your feet too. Really?
But I need that rugby chair because that's gonna give me mobile to utilize a manual.
That'll be good.
I wonder what your point is going to be.
So what's the lowest point? That's the
I think the bigger the number, I think it's 4. Maybe
Point.
5.
Point. Are you talking about like how your team is scored? Because you could have, explain the point then, because I don't understand
your
that.
point is your position, the position you play, like basketball.
Oh,
you got-
no, sorry, that's not what I was referring to. So I could be wrong. My understanding is based on your functionality, you get some sort of point level. So the more functioning you are, you're like a 1. Other way around. Whatever it is, and then each team is allowed to have
You know, a certain amount
10
of points
points on the court or 16 points on the court
Yeah.
at a time.
Yeah.
So you can't have all your good people out there, however they work it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of my understanding
Yeah.
of it too.
But the point that they give you is a position that you play by that having that
Oh.
point. Like if you a .4, most of the time you're more
Defense?
blocker,
Yeah,
defense,
okay.
than scoring and the good guy, the fast, and you
My
know
bad,
what
I
I'm
didn't mean to
saying?
interrupt you then, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't
Yeah,
know
that, yeah.
correlated with position. I guess it makes sense though, because you would want
It does.
certain people at certain spots depending on their functionality.
Well, yeah, you probably got to have people that can actually grip the ball good in order to play offense.
Yeah, and they usually don't have that big basket on the front of them. The .4s usually have that like basket on the front to block a lot.
Man, I remember being fascinated with murder ball before I was even injured.
Yeah, I've watched the documentaries
cool.
on it and everything. Yeah. Isn't the documentary just called Murder Ball?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, not many people knew about it, and then we watched it when I was in school at San Jose.
But they can't call it that because they can't like
Because you can't call anything anymore.
you can't brand
Because people are sensitive
a
as
sport.
shit.
Yeah.
Well, you can't call it murder,
Murder
ball,
ball,
because
yeah.
they might think people are going out and
God.
murder 'em. Yeah,
Exactly,
because we're
yeah.
promoting a sport where you just go out and murder people.
Yeah.
You're
Did
stupid.
you watch the new Bill Burr
Yeah.
yet?
Yeah. Paper
Or
Tiger?
Chappelle?
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
You're stupid if you think people are going out and, well, dude, you're calling it murder ball. So?
Right.
What, like,
Have you watched the Bill Gates?
No, I want to watch that 3-part thing or 4 parts, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Looks super
I
good.
haven't watched that.
I didn't know a lot about him until I watched it.
It's probably super good.
Super smart.
Yeah, I just had that same kind of thing happen with me when I watched that Rodman 30 for 30.
I didn't watch it, but I watched a couple of
Dennis
videos.
Rodman.
I was like, I did not know that much about you.
Dennis
Yeah.
Rodman's a hog. Best
watch that?
rebounder of all time.
Did you watch that 30 for 30?
Not yet. It was on. I went to a coach's house to go watch film, and he had it on when I got there, so I saw like 5
Yeah.
minutes of it.
Hey, just him as a person, but I just forgot
Yeah.
like how big of his is. Because you always think of Jordan and Pippen and all that, but
He's the best rebounder of all time,
yeah, it's crazy.
and he's like 6'8".
Yeah,
and he won the rebounding
he was
title 2
5
years in a
He
row.
was 5'11" when he graduated high school.
Yeah.
I'm
sprouted.
still. I know. I'm waiting for my growth spurt.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Over the
2
summer.
years in a row, he won the rebounding title
It's a beast.
by more than. I think it was something by like more than. I could be totally wrong.
And he
Before I
banged,
said, but
and he banged Madonna.
but like 2 years in a row by like 200 rebounds when Hakeem Olajuwon was in the league, and Madonna and Carmen Electra.
with like no formal, with no formal skills or anything.
It was just
Hard
Like, he was like
trying to prove something.
Draymond Green style player, not as offensive minded as Draymond Green can get, but in terms of how scrappy and how
Yeah.
like defensively minded, he was like Draymond.
Sacrificing his ball. That's the kind of stuff I remember.
For sure.
Sacrifice buying the rebounds.
Oh,
It's all- like
he's-
the personal
yeah.
stuff and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben
Yeah.
Wallace.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
2 points, 20 rebounds. like
Yeah.
that's monster.
no, like,
Oh,
the-
appreciate you.
like getting married in the wedding dress and all that
Yeah.
kind of stuff. Like I totally forgot about that, but I remember that
He
magazine.
tried to marry
cover.
himself.
Yeah, but just like the number of people that came out is just
That's wrong.
Self-branded.
totally, and he knew it going into it. He's got a quote. I forget which part of his life is like, "Yeah, but look how much money I'm about to make," or something like that, for some stupid he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't argue. I mean, if your goal is, it's like LeVar Ball. Everyone's like, well, so you can say whatever you want, but they have a lot more money now after he opened his mouth than before he opened his mouth. Whether you think it was stupid or not, because I thought it was stupid too, but
No such thing as bad
you can't.
publicity.
Yeah,
right?
he was maybe not money
I think he would have had more money though if he wouldn't have opened his mouth.
for the whole family.
Because all his sons would have made it to the NBA. By him opening his mouth, it put a cap on the other sons to make it in there. They gotta have to work extremely
I
hard.
don't know. What's the middle one? There's
D'Angelo?
LaMelo. Yeah, like, he's not that good anyway.
No, and then he went overseas and got in trouble.
LaMelo is ridiculous.
Yeah, he
man.
good, but I don't think he'll make it to the NBA.
Have you seen him lately in the Drew
Yeah.
League?
He good.
Ooh. Well, shoot. You guys want to go watch the rest of this football game?
Basketball. I'm talking about basketball.
Yeah.
You don't watch basketball?
When the Kings are good, I will.
Basketball
Soon.
I got it in the
then.
Warriors.
Soon. They're
Yeah, but
decent.
the wrong time when everyone else is getting good in the West.
So, Dave, tell me what made you start this podcast?
Me? Something to do. Talk to people about like talking to you guys who do things. I want to talk to people who are not just injured and being like, all right, well, this is it. It's people who you guys are going to school. Talk to people who, like Patrick, when I talk to him, he's written a book, Using Dragon Speak, written a book. More than one person has written books. I want to talk to people about, they go climbing or they go whatever they're doing, but just how you're able to do things and keep some fun and satisfaction in your life and continue going differently than you may have thought, but still do it. And I want that information to be out. And so like we thought, like now we know there's more people know, hopefully more people know there's adaptive PE at AR. Maybe someone didn't know there was something called wheelchair rugby or murder ball. Yeah, it's murder ball. It's called what it is, right? So and because there are a lot of things that you would assume people would know about. Oh, you use a wheelchair, so you know about murder ball, right? But not necessarily. And so now that's out. And for people to hear about someone who is, and we know injury levels are super different. They can be different even if it's at the same level. There's variations and so many different iterations of injuries that it's not the same, but it may inspire you hearing someone who's close to the same as you doing something like, well, I could try that. And, now there's more and more people that are working on driving and getting that independence stuff back. And
Yeah, I didn't know about that place, that
and
driving
so-
school you were talking about.
Yeah. And so people hear about that, and then someone else starts to drive. All right, well, good. Now, and if you can drive, you can go. Well, now you can go do more things. You can drive to go to murder ball practice. You can drive to go to class instead of I know, Lane, you like wheeling to class, but sometimes you can't wheel if it's 45 degrees and raining hard as shit, right? But if you can drive, it's a little easier.
Oh, man,
And so
I
it just
love
or maybe you don't go anywhere. Go drive, connect your Bluetooth, put on your music, and drive for 2 hours,
Right.
and just be away. And you're still sitting down, you're still enclosed, but there's something about driving and being away and by yourself and controlling something else other than your chair now that is
Being able to reach more
lots of people
space.
like to go drive.
Why
and
not
and go get
have to
groceries. Go or put on.
burden somebody else.
Yeah, right. And so that was what I wanted to do. Just talk to people about whatever they're doing to keep their lives fun or entertaining and all that. Because we didn't even talk, Lane, about you. Like, you go to shows now, like you've done TED Talks and you do the Sacramento Speaker Series you're going to, like, and all. I don't know, and I honestly don't know if you did that before, but you're real into it now.
Yeah.
And so how are you getting to those things? Well, I know, like, I've driven with you before, but like, and so your social life was vibrant before, vibrant now, not as, but it's different.
That's a completely different
Right,
way.
and so the things you get interested in, other people might think that's cool. I didn't even know that existed, and they can get you there. And you go in because they have tickets for it. I just want people to have the information. If they want it, it's there. If they listen, and so that's why I was like, all right, let's just do it. And plus,
there is life after SCI.
Yeah.
Well, Joe Rogan inspiration.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I feel like if you do a podcast, there's nothing there, but. And
So you only spoken to people with spinal cord injury so far? Or is that the intention? Or strokes, whatever?
Stroke, the intention is eventually
SCI fit eligible people.
Neurological injury right now. Yeah.
Or that word,
But even eventually, the goal would be, not just people who are injured, but people who help in some way people that are injured,
cool.
right? Like
For sure.
the further we get into it, if I am able to talk to a specific doctor or a company that makes
scientist, doctor,
or not even have to be that. Like, I mean, that'd be super cool. But like, someone who just creates equipment. Can I speak to someone like they're in the CrossFit community? There's Equip Products, and they make stuff. They make equipment for adaptive CrossFit athletes. So anything that an athlete might. So you can use a barbell. They make a pad that goes across your lap, so you can bring a barbell down on your lap without having to worry about your legs. They make extenders for a ski erg so that you can reach up and grab the ski erg handles that are 6 feet high. You can reach up and grab those because they're extended down, right? They have handles that come up the bottom. They have a wider base on something so you can roll your chair up onto it.
It's amazing how much stuff that's out there.
Right. Yeah, they have heavy ropes. They have jump ropes that are split in half and they're heavy, so you can do like jump rope action and still burn out your shoulders from your wheels. And talk to them about how they program stuff differently. So instead of a handstand walk, well, you're not walking on your hands, but you can do a wheelie. All right, now you have a wheelie course, and you have to go through that. And they figured out how we're going to swim in the ocean in Miami, all that type of stuff. I like to talk to them. That type of thing. But that's what Equip Products, and I'm just.
So, which point are you going to? I don't know if get more serious about it is, but get more serious about it.
About the podcast?
Introductions, like actually posting it somewhere, things like that.
So I record the introduction, like the introduction for this. I'll record when I get home, and I'll speak into it, and then put it on. It'll be put it on in the beginning, and then put those two together, and then I'll release it. It's not just like it doesn't just turn on and go right into it.
Are these being posted somewhere yet?
Yeah, they're all on the iTunes. Like,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
What's this thing called?
Oh, you didn't even know that? Look at you. Didn't even do.
Did you know that?
Yeah.
It's called Step on a Crack.
Breaking Mama's back.
Right? Yeah.
Here I am.
See? Didn't even know. Do a little.
Takes it very into the podcast so I learned something.
So it's like, what,
it's on Spotify, and it's on the iTunes podcast app or whatever.
That's what I got on the Apple.
Yeah.
I ain't got Spotify. Yeah.
What's it called again? Step on a Crack?
Step on a Crack. This is I forget what episode number. But so in terms of getting more serious,
Well, I take that back then because I was misinformed.
it's about as serious.
No, don't
right
take
now.
it back because he could still.
Oh, I could do more. I could do more, but
Instagram.
I want it to just kind of just do its thing.
Yeah.
I like what it is right now.
Yeah.
It's a fun thing because what I was surprised about is how much I like talking to people.
Yeah.
I like talking to people.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy these types of conversations. Just
I like
sitting down
listening.
and hearing people from a different point of view. Because more than once I've spoken with someone and then I'm like, oh,
look what we have here.
you're a different type of. You get a whole nother side of a person.
Yeah.
Whether it's they're super funny all the time and you get a super serious side of them, or you get an emotional side of them, or they get excited about something. You're like, wow, you're usually pretty stoic, and all of a sudden you're all like super high about something. I like hearing that.
Because I would like to
super
hear.
cool. I wish I would have known it was actually out there. If I would have listened, I would probably change everything.
Well, now you know there's
Can we start over?
Yeah, now you know there's a podcast. Well, if I interview you again, when we talk again, now you'll know.
It's there.
What you thought this was?
I'm not on social media. I'll take that.
And so no, because I don't post.
How did Laura not cuss in her podcast?
She does.
There's no explicit thing next to it.
Well, it should be. Yeah, we put. So it's on there. So, but I don't post it on Instagram. Like other than the picture, like that will like. Thanks.
Yeah.
What kind of metrics and data are you getting on these things?
iTunes gives you one, and then you can go through this website that my boy Ben told me about, Libsyn, Libsyn, and you go through there, and that's how I post everything. And then on that, it'll tell you Spotify stats and iTunes stats.
So you know, like how many people are listening and all that?
I can know how many, how many people downloaded what episode in what month, all time.
So what's like their
listens.
all-time most listened to one so far? Or how many people? Like, you have 20 people on these things? 100 people?
Like mid 50s, 60s
Cool.
right now. I think so.
Is the number growing as you do more?
Yeah, it's gotten a little bit bigger.
Cool.
That's good.
It would honestly probably help me more if I was like super consistent and like rigid on like when I release it.
Yeah.
In terms of like every other Sunday.
Or had an Instagram.
Yeah. But like.
Or videotape the interview.
I want to eventually get to videotape interviews because there's some
Get
people
some
that I want.
microphones.
Well, there's some people
I'm
I
sure
want
you
to.
told me. I don't know how I did not register this actually.
There's some people I want to talk to that I would need subtitles for.
Yeah.
And so, in order to have subtitles, you got to have video.
Visual, yeah.
And so I got to get. That would be the next thing. Before I put an Instagram account, before I do anything, I would just video it because I can always pull the audio and post that, but have a video element to it too. Yeah, because I know I can think of 3-4 people right now that I would want to talk to that would need subtitles if I spoke with them, but would be super cool.
Well, that would be dope.
That's
Because like a lot of people that probably see them, like it'll make people think differently of them once they can see exactly and hear what they say and stuff like that.
You need subtitles, or when you can't speak as well, and something I see at work a lot, like when you don't speak like you used to, or you speak slow, or you speak like you have to whatever. Yeah. A lot of people take that to mean like you're dumb.
Right.
You know, smart, and so then you end up seeing people like talk to them like, "Oh, how you doing today? Great job opening the door." Like, well, their arms work just fine. They pulled the door open. That's not like a huge accomplishment anymore. Like, you don't talk to them. That's a 58-year-old woman. Don't talk to her like she's an 8-year-old woman. It's all running the same. She just can't verbalize it as quickly. So just give her the time. And so I want to talk to someone like that, so you can hear like, hey, they're very articulate. Like
an Ina kind of thing.
Yeah, something like. And if you ask her a question, you'll get a good answer. It will just take 3 or 4 minutes to answer instead of 30 seconds.
I'd be super curious to hear her story.
There's a lot. There's some things that I would, want to get that, but the video aspect needs to be.
She's still coming out there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's doing her thing, and so, but that would be the next thing before. And like I said, if I were like super strict on like every other Sunday, just the way it is for me right now, like it's harder for me to do every other Sunday. So I'm like, if I get 2 episodes out a month, whether it's I'm happy with that.
Yeah,
and
that's cool.
And then
that's cool. I mean, you do got a life.
Yeah, I mean, so and it's just it's like it's a fun project, learning thing, and
I'm interested to hear the part. I'm interested to hear the point of views of people that don't have spinal cord injuries or are disabled. Like on like they mental on dealing with people with it. You know what I'm saying? Because
like caretakers or like
caretakers, nurses,
just
doctors, everyone. Because some I get like sometimes I feel like people walk on eggshells. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying when dealing with me or with any. You know what I'm saying, and not real like just regular. Everybody.
They're not sure what they can say, what they can do. Can you feel things, and what might offend
the worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why having the dog made a huge difference in that manner.
How so?
I don't think I'm not as invisible.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes I get that. Yeah, because
They're not coming to talk to me. They're coming to talk to the dog, but
but you're
they kind of have to engage with me.
for lack
at
of
some
a better
point.
term,
Yeah.
attached to the dog, right? But
Yeah.
and then it's an icebreaker.
Yeah.
Because and what happens is, if they're unsure how to handle you, then you get walked by. Yeah. But
it's night and day.
Yeah.
It really is.
when, yeah.
Well, now, especially like AR, I roll around. Everyone knows who Ziggy is.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know you don't know my name, but it's cool. At least you acknowledge I'm here.
Yeah.
Ziggy, what's my name?
Honestly, that's how it is with people with dogs anyway.
Oh,
Like you probably could walk with Ziggy and everyone would still say,
Yep.
"Hey Ziggy." You could stand up from your chair and walk with Ziggy, and people would be like, "Wait, weren't you in a chair yesterday?"
Oh.
Still come to say hey to Ziggy, but and not
They don't even register.
It's just because people like dogs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I think the biggest thing, like, now that I'm years into working with people with injuries, is just treat them basically the exact same way.
Anybody.
I mean, there are stupid, obvious things you can't do.
Yeah.
Like some girl can't run up and jump on your lap. Like if you're sitting in a lawn chair and she says hey to you, she can't run up and jump on your lap. Like you can't break a femur. Don't be dumb.
Yeah.
But conversationally, how you greet someone, like how you hang out, like.
And it's cool to be curious.
And
for able bodies, it's not what you ask, it's how you ask it.
Mm-hmm. And that probably has to. That changes too. I bet with who it is too. Like someone you don't know.
Yeah.
Can't
just come up and say, do you have any get back? Like, I'm back. What are you saying? Do I have any get back? Like, I'm active. I'm living life. What are you talking about? Like, I'm back.
Different. Yeah.
Don't ask me if I got any get back or
that's part of that curiosity that you said. It's cool for people to be curious. That's curious.
But it's like I rather you be like you asking and be like, well, I don't mean that. I'd be all in your business. Like, because if you don't know me, you just ask me a bunch of questions. It's like, you know what I'm saying? It kind of rubbed me a different way. I'd rather you, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
do you think that like them asking you though, like they learn something from it? If you answer it, they learn something from it.
Yeah, that's
and
why I answer
at some point in time, they have to get that question out to someone.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is I don't know. Would you rather be the person that educates them on that, or? No,
yeah,
I don't know.
I'd rather be the person to educate them because I answer questions though, but some questions like
I'm sure some are harder.
I grew to answer questions. I wasn't always the one to answer questions. At first I used to be like, oh, I fell or I jumped off a diving or anything. You feel me? Like just I say anything because the judgment of me being shot. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the first question you get after you say, oh, I was shot. Was it meant for you? Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's an irrelevant question. Like, it's like whether it's meant for me or not. Like, I'm in a chair. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm injured. Like, I was shot. Was it meant for you?
That's the first question I asked you when you told me that. Now I feel like an asshole.
No, I don't think you asked me that, did you?
Probably did.
Was it meant for you? Did they mean to do it?
Were they caught? Did they catch him?
I didn't ask you that. I was like, were you a bystander or like what?
Did you know who did it?
They haven't caught him, right?
No.
So do you stay out of that area?
Yeah, I don't go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't go there. I moved on, like,
Yeah. Have you been back at all?
Yeah, I go back. Yeah, I'm a Warriors fan, so I go back for sure.
Do you get when you're out there? Then do you get?
I just don't go to.
But you don't go to your spot.
Places where things happen like that regularly. You know what I'm saying? Like I was in a neighborhood where it's regular. You know what I'm saying? Like,
have you been back to at all?
No, not like hanging or just
even driven through by.
No, I ain't drove through.
Okay, I was gonna ask is how's that feel?
I don't play like that.
That's probably smart, especially since they haven't caught him.
Yeah,
or her, or whoever.
But I am curious to how I would feel of going to the place where, you know what I'm saying, my life changed. You know?
Yeah, I would imagine like for everyone, like Lane, if you went back to Thailand, right? If you were like,
you plan on it?
No.
I
don't know. It's just the way I like to travel and how I'm used to traveling. It just would never happen in a chair. So.
Have you traveled since being in a chair?
Nope.
Me
haven't been outside.
You went down, what? Did you drive down south when you go?
I've not been outside of California. Has it been in Jordan?
Me neither.
Which is
Sounds like it's time to go then.
Definitely
very,
time to
very
go.
rare for me.
So, time to go then.
Yeah, because I ain't been either, and it's time to go. Because I used to travel.
Might as well.
What do you-
Chicago's cool. When I was there, they were like bragging about accessibility in the
What
city.
do you do when you get off the plane?
I know. Let's say they bring you your chair. I know.
Yeah, you
Delta.
either rent a van or figure out.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can figure that out before you go.
Delta Airlines. I know one of our clients when they did drills on how to help people that are using.
No, the flying thing. That's the. least
But in terms of getting you off and when you're off the
No,
plane.
I mean, like, what do you actually do once you're in Chicago? You know.
Oh,
Mobility works is everywhere.
you figure it out. What do you want to do when you're in Chicago? I'm sure it depends.
Transportation wise, what I meant. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I know mobility. It just ain't cheap though.
No, they ain't
It's
cheap.
like $100 a day to rent a van.
For sure. For sure. Paratransit is everywhere too, though.
You wonder how that works
Some
when you go out
form
of
of
town.
So what you would do
non-medical transit.
You do a visiting, so
Or
you
non-emergency.
you would get their fax number, call the paratransit here, and have them send over your eligibility form, and then they'll call you and let you know you've been approved. And once you go there, you can use
And you're
paratransit
approved
there
like that week or month. Whatever,
anywhere in
longer
the
that,
country. Yeah.
Boom. Paratransit.
It'd be freaking. It would be an epic adventure to try to take paratransit somewhere.
Yeah,
Not just jump from county to county on paratransit.
I've done it.
How far are you going?
So when I lived in Pittsburgh, I used to go from Pittsburgh to Oakland on paratransit.
How far is that?
Wait, paratransit or public? Wait, oh.
Paratransit.
How many counties is that?
I catch 3 buses, so I catch the Pittsburgh Antioch, then I go to Concord.
Wait, is that paratransit or the bus?
Paratransit.
So you gotta
The
do
company
Three,
paratransit.
you gotta do 3 county
Paratransit
transfers.
comes to my house, pick me up, take me to another paratransit, I transfer, take me to another paratransit, I transfer,
Wait.
and I'm in Oakland.
How long does that take?
Probably like 2 hours, 3 hours.
You know, Bart goes from Pittsburgh to Oakland, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to be safe. I don't want to be out and about like that, so
Okay.
I catch paratransit, take me straight to my destination. You know, Bart ain't no
hours
telling.
there?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And
Do you get out and wheel in your chair at all?
yeah, I will. Safeway and everything, all from my house. Yeah,
Ted just packed the groceries on back
yeah.
and then go. Yeah.
Nah, I don't go grocery shopping with in the chair. Nah.
What do you do at Safeway? if
But
you're not
like if
grocery
my mom
shopping?
is at Safeway or something,
Oh.
then I just scoot up there or
Yeah.
You should
scoot
wheel up
to
here
the
next
cousin
time.
house.
Yeah, you should wheel over here.
Yeah, I catch the bus though. I'm not gonna wheel here from my
Well,
house.
Come on, dude.
I'm gonna catch the 23 and it's gonna drop me off and then I'm gonna wheel from the bus stop
I'm
down
gonna
the street.
wheel to your house. When I get invited, I'm gonna wheel home.
That's a long wheel.
He goes to school. He wheels the AR.
You wheel to AR?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
How
you
many
a
miles-
beast.
how
I
many
need to
miles
come
is that?
wheel with you.
My
then.
record at one time, I did almost 12.8 miles is my longest. in
How
one
long does
go.
the charge on your
Yeah.
chair last?
Went from Gold River to this house right here.
What?
How long does the charge on your chair last?
They say 15 miles.
fast you going?
Did it
Oh.
indicate that on the thing?
Oh
too?
yeah.
Like you were pretty
yeah.
close. Do they come with like a spare battery that you put
Hell no.
in the back? Not on it. Like could you though through Permobile?
Not
Order a
like
spare.
Like a third party
They're
hack.
not giving you another.
Oh, that's
battery.
There's a dude up in Seattle, Ian. I think Ian's Ride or something like that.
Ian's Ride.
Yeah. It's his nonprofit. I don't know what he's done to his chair, but he can go out for miles and miles and miles.
I have to look him up.
Yeah, he's got
But
a
it seems like
blog,
that.
yeah.
It seems like be like a natural thing. Like, hey, I'd like to go further than a
but
6 mile radius
How many people
or a
really
one way shot.
probably do?
Well, if they had the option, more would.
Most people don't even walk.
But if they,
6
but if they,
miles?
but if they had the
My chair
option,
go that far.
a 6 mile radius, because you got to be able to get back, right? So 6, like, so
My
you
chair
can't.
go that
'Cause
far.
but if you went 8 miles out, if you have a 15 mile battery, you couldn't come back 8 miles.
My
That's
battery lasts for like 3 days.
we're talking
Without
distance, though.
charge.
But we're talking distance, though.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll take
that's
that.
like straight
Right.
going.
If you were going for 8 miles, if you only have 15 miles going, if you go out 8,
Yeah.
you're gonna die about a mile with a mile left. That's what I'm saying. So it can last for 3 days if you're not. But if you don't
Yeah,
accumulate
constantly
15 miles, then you're
zooming,
fine, right?
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
people had the option though, oh, now I got a 40 mile battery.
Yeah,
They might go.
Yeah.
Their incentive to go a little
City to
further
city.
might be there.
I've had this chair. I do about 1,000 miles a year.
you can show that on there.
Yep.
I don't know
I'm
how to
at
get that on.
5,041 right now. I've had it for about 5 years.
How would I look that up?
1,000 miles a year.
What's that
So you're
breakdown per
averaging
day?
3-ish a day. Just under 2 a day? Just under 3 a day?
That doesn't seem like enough.
Let's see.
Well, why not?
Yeah, I guess, I mean, in the winter I don't really go out.
Because and it's probably gone up, too, since you started wheeling to school. I bet your average has gone up.
Totally.
Yeah.
Find it?
Nope, I don't know how to get to it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it in that chair.
Yeah.
But so
press?
Ian's right. I'm going to look that up.
2 little orange circles at the same time.
I'm going to look that up. Ian's right, because that would be a cool thing to have.
Yeah, I've been meaning to hit him up to see what he's done.
Yeah, because...
I think he's put... Actually, I read a little bit. He's putting, like, lithium batteries or something like that.
Well, because that's the case for when we talk about, like, oh, we're not going to go to Disneyland. But you could go to Disneyland if you could go 40 miles. You probably can't last going around Disneyland.
No. How do I get from... So that's why, actually, I think the first place I might fly is Vegas.
Why?
I can just wheel from the airport to the Strip, and I'm not going to go anywhere other than the Strip.
Maybe.
Or I can jump in one of the hotel... Well,
Yeah, but the problem would be then, like, if you're out. You need to charge. You have to charge everywhere you go. Then, right? Like, what I'm saying is, like, you want to be out. What if you want to be out all day? You leave at 5 a.m. and you want to be back at midnight.
Yes.
Or you're in Vegas. You want to be back at 5 a.m. again.
Yeah.
Can you go 24 hours driving around all over the town for 24 hours? Probably not.
Look like my ride's here.
Your ride's here? There we go.
Yeah. Perfect timing, kind of.
Transit or...
Air transit.
Air transit. Well, all right.
It's a quick turnaround.
Yeah.
What time are they supposed to be here?
5:30.
5:30 and they got here 4:45? See, that's inconvenient.
Yeah.
Right, like when you schedule a ride, the reason you're scheduling it for a certain time is because you don't want to leave before then.
I thought it was a half hour. Shouldn't you have at least till 5?
No, they only give you 5 minutes or something from when they get there.
No, I thought it was supposed to be a half hour before or half hour after their time. Whenever they get there, they get there?
I guess. 'Cause they be running early sometimes, but you only got 5 minutes. And that's why they asked me, are you ready?
They're here right now?
Yeah.
Yes, you gotta
outside?
get out there.
All right. Well,
Nice chat.
let's keep going. We'll keep going. For the Vegas thing,
Yeah, let me know, man. We can do it. I'm down.
you actually
Take my
go.
mom.
But if you go and you're out for 24 hours driving around the Strip and all that, and driving around inside casinos, I bet you go further than 15 miles if you're driving for 24 hours. You need to have a bigger battery.
Yeah.
So that would be the situation for it. Well, but all right. Well, thanks for talking and learning about the podcast lane.
Yeah.
And Ray.
I feel like a dick now.
Oh, you're good. But all right. Well, and we're done. The Paratran's not even, and we're done.
What you know about